Hello, welcome to Drinking with Comics. My name is Sean,
And I'm Mike.
and we literally just wrapped our Sandman episode, and we were talking as we do, and Mike brought something up. On wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's record another. Let's record like a short. So, Mike, tell me what you started to tell.
So
Tell
what I
us.
was
Tell
what
the
I was
listeners.
telling you, we were talking about Fantastic Four. Now neither of us are probably going to go see it in the theater, and I brought up how Superman, which you still have yet to see, right?
I'm not seeing that movie,
I know,
but
I know
yes.
you're not. Well, the thing that I thought was interesting is that DC Comics right now is riding a fucking huge wave of popularity with the kids.
Okay.
Or just teenage kids are coming and buying all the Absolute books since Superman came out, and it's just really weird how like I have not seen. I thought for sure Absolute Superman would pick up, but I completely sold out of Absolute Batman. We stocked the fuck out of Absolute Batman just for like, oh, we'll have some from 10 years from now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and we did up until when the Superman movie came out, and then all of a sudden every kid's coming in and buying Absolute Batman.
Wow.
And it's not just Batman. They're picking up Absolute Flash. They're picking up Absolute Martian Manhunter. They're picking up Superman Absolute. It's like all the Absolute books right now are, excuse me, super huge with new readers, which is kind of exciting. And
That's
the other
pretty
thing
cool,
that
actually.
yeah, and the other thing that DC's been doing that's been like flying off the shelf, and I don't know if you've seen these or not. They do these little $10 trades.
No, I haven't seen that.
So they're the size of a manga. And for $10, you get the complete Hush or Watchmen or New Frontier, and but they're the size of a manga. I don't think it's easy to read. All Star Superman is another one they reprinted like that, and those books have been flying off the shelf too, because all those kids that are buying these $10 trades because they're cheap. And right now, DC, I haven't seen this much interest like in new readers in a very long ass time. I definitely haven't seen anything like this with a Marvel comic or movie.
So you think
Mm,
even like with the advent of like Avengers or Iron Man, that didn't do the same thing this is doing?
no, it's like Iron
Interesting.
Man comics kind of picked up a little bit, and there was a few people, but it didn't do as well as say like Superman has did right now. If that's an
Okay.
indication of any type of where the world is going as far as like comic book fandom's going. But yeah, I feel like DC's really hit the note on this one, and it's been selling. Not every like I thought Superman Amazing or Absolute Superman would pick up more than it did, but it is still doing way like as a whole, DC Comics people are very excited. And from what I understand, like when I ask some of these guys, like where to come from, it's apparently a TikTok trend too. Like Absolute Batman is a TikTok trend right now. I don't know how because I'm not on TikTok,
That's
but I
interesting.
do know that it's a thing because I've had people come in looking for. Um, so in issue 6, there's an absolute Joker shows up. One panel just kind of sets him up for the future, like they do in comic books, right?
Yeah.
And I've actually had to have a conversation with the guy because he wanted the absolute Joker comic because he didn't fully read the TikTok thing that he saw, but he saw the TikTok, said, "Wow, this looks really cool. I want to read this," and I had to explain to him that's not what that is, but here's what it is. Get this instead. But it took like 5 minutes of me figuring out what he meant by this, and then he finally showed it to me. He's like, "Oh, that's from Absolute Batman. I read that." So, but yeah, it's kids off the street. I haven't seen this many younger readers and new readers come into comic books like this because of a Superman movie than I did with any Marvel movie. No one came running in for Guardians of the Galaxy comics.
So you haven't seen new readers like this in probably over 20 years.
We were talking about it. I think it was Watchmen when Watchmen came out. A lot of people
Okay.
came out of the woodworks for that.
But they came out
Um,
specifically for Watchmen, right? Whereas this sounds
yeah,
like, well, they're not even buying Superman. They go to see the Superman movie and they come in and they buy all this other stuff. And like you're saying, the Superman's not even really holding water with the way that the
Well,
Batman is selling.
it is it is picking up though. Like, and by me, like by that I mean like for every 10 people that buy Absolute Batman, there's 8 people buying Superman. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
okay. Yeah, yeah,
They're
okay.
all they're all in on this Absolute stuff, which is kind of crazy. Like it's like I guess when like Ultimate comic books came out, remember when the Ultimates came out?
Yeah, but I
And
don't
that was riding
did,
off the X-Men, and that was riding off the thing. That kind of had a lot of like new readers and stuff like that.
okay.
Spider-Man, because it was riding off the Tobey Maguire movie and the original
Yeah,
X-Men movie that
yeah.
was coming out. Um, but yeah, I haven't seen that with like Iron Man. No one came
Well, and
running
like
in for Iron Man
Transformers, right?
comics.
The Energon Universe, the Transformers book. I remember you saying like that was hard to keep in stock, right?
Yeah, that's also been picking up too, which is it's kind of cool. Like we're getting all these new readers.
Yeah.
And DC is like literally catered to them way in advance, not realizing they probably would do so well.
I mean, that makes me super happy. You know, I'm always hard
Yeah,
on DC, but it's like I'm glad that they're doing something right. I hope they don't fuck it up. And also, I love, I don't care what people are reading as long as they're reading comics, as long as they're coming into
yeah,
your store and all the other stores and supporting them. Read whatever the fuck you want.
100%.
I don't care. Read grim fairy tales or, you know, I don't know, any of those, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't have to read my shit. I do think it's interesting that, like, one of the things about DC that's always kind of kept me from embracing it is it's very broad stroke simplistic and Marvel is not necessarily that. And that I feel like is now kind of tangling Marvel up, where I almost feel like the shit people are excited about for Marvel are stuff that only like people like me or you are going to be excited about, like Imperial or whatever. Whereas like
Yeah,
anybody can get excited about Absolute Batman or Superman, right? Because it's a you're
yeah,
starting at the beginning and it's a broad stroke character.
yeah. It's ground floor, and they are. Admittedly, there are people that are picking up Ultimate Spider-Man, which has restarted recently,
Did it
and
really?
Ultimate Wolverine. Yeah, there's a new Ultimate Spider-Man written by Hickman. It's the absolutes and those $10 trades. Next time you're in your store, check them out. I mean, don't buy them, but see, you look at what I'm talking about. You know, because
Yeah, right, right. I'll ask the guys
they're
Wednesday.
the sides. Um, they
I can't
are,
imagine reading
and
Watchmen in a manga size. Like it'd be
I
impossible.
know. I look at these and I'm just like, why? But it's impressive because it's Watchmen for $10.
Well,
It's
remember,
it's Batman's Hush for $10. It's all the hits
are
are
they black
ten
and white?
bucks. No, they're color.
Do you remember back in the day? You may not remember this. There was a when I don't know when it started, but Larry Hama's GI Joe, a Real American Hero, they had a digest form where they reprinted, and it might have even been 2 issues per one. But they were, you know, this is before I'd ever heard the word manga, but they were that size, and they were like square bound or something. And I think
Yeah,
it was like one, and then you flip it over, and it was another one. Um, but so and it was a cheaper, you know, small digested version of the issues. So this is a similar thing. It's a good strategy, man. I'm
yeah.
happy. Like
It's
I
weird that it's like it's just so odd to me that like because I saw this, I was like, well, that's kind of dumb. It's $10. I mean, that's kind of cool. It's not going to take off because it's so tiny, but you know, we must have sold 30, maybe 50 copies of All Star Superman in that size.
wow,
And
and it's the
and
whole
it's
run,
not
huh?
it's the whole run. It's all 12 issues for $10. That's a really good bargain.
Wow,
It's the complete Watchmen for $10. The whole
that's
run of
crazy.
Hush for $10. Um, and there's just we have a dedicated audience that are like, Long Halloween is coming out soon in that, and they're like that. Yeah, I've had people like call me like, you're getting that? Like, yeah. Um, what else is there? World of Tomorrow, like a lot of like every key major self-contained at least 12 issue run is
Hmm.
put into that book. Like I think like the Joker hardcover they put out in that,
The
which was like this,
Azzarello.
Yeah, the Azarello one. I think it might also have the Lex Luthor Azarello in there, but I'm not 100% sure. Also $10. Oh, like they just put out DC New Frontier, which is one of my favorite books, drawn by Darwin Cook. I think also written by
Okay.
Darwin Cook. But great Silver Age story. $10, like people asking me for that, like I've been trying to push that book on people for years. Who knew you just had to make a $10 version for everyone to go out and buy it?
I wonder if they'll
So
do like
yeah,
Emerald Dawn.
maybe, but they are doing all the key story runs from DC.
Okay.
So, it's, like you name it, they probably did it.
Okay.
Um, they probably would have done Sandman in that too if they didn't, the world wasn't going on Neil Gaiman like it is now.
Right.
Yeah, Marvel just started doing it too, but they're selling theirs for 15. So they just put out Civil War last week, and it's like the same thing. They are not moving as well as the DC ones are, which is funny. But it's cool that Marvel's kind of jumping in on that too. So yeah, it's
It's
just
interesting to
this.
see Marvel
Yeah,
taking a page after DC because I feel like usually it's the other way around. And
yeah,
you know, I good. I root for them. I root for
yeah,
DC to make good decisions and do things good instead of their usual tripping all over themselves.
yeah, exactly. So hopefully, until they do break down and go like, oh shit, we gotta start charging $20 for these or some dumb shit like that.
What about what's a Crisis on Infinite Earths? They do that?
Oh, I don't think so. Not yet, anyways.
Hmm.
Good gravy. Could you imagine reading that in a little?
I've never read it, so that's why I asked because people have been telling me to read that for fucking 30 years and I've just never read it. So,
Have to get
which is
some
probably
magnifying glasses.
it's probably why I feel the way about I feel like people that read that when it came out feel like have a much better relationship with DC. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, I
that got
agree.
a lot of good grace, and I
I
didn't
don't.
read it, so I don't have that experience.
I tried reading it. I didn't like it that much, and I like DC. But to me, that's the starting point. That's that is the starting point and the ending point to it. That's the ending point of an era that I never got into. So I didn't need to read it. Everything after that was like,
Yeah, right, right.
yeah,
It kicked off what you it kicked off your DC era.
yes,
Yeah,
which ended at New 52. So like
right.
from stuff I love is from that to that. So but yeah, they did Brubaker's Catwoman run. I remember that. Shit, I'm trying to remember all the.
Wow, so they've done a lot of stuff. Interesting.
Yeah, they've been doing it for about a year now, close to a year now.
And did they just
So
start flying off the shelves after Superman, or have they been flying off the shelves?
they've been sort of flying off the shelf, but it was a big uptake after Superman.
Hmm.
So that's
I almost went to see Superman with my dad because my dad had made a comment about how it's like politically motivated. I'm like, no, it's not. So I almost went just to like I wanted to kind of show him, but then I didn't.
no. I think you should see it someday, though.
I
If
don't
I
know.
could sit down and watch it with you, I would love to do that.
If you were here, I would go with you.
Yes. Okay. Or we sit at home and watch it. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go buy your $10 DC books, folks. And until next time, I'm Sean.
I'm Mike.
Hi, I'm Sean. Join me and my friends every week for the Horror Vision, where we talk about horror movies.